Hello, I am Justin Shank, the Director of Membership for the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce, and this is Member Spotlight. And today we have Patrick Murphy from Murphy Jewelers. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. Just really excited about this. I mean, you guys have been in business for a really, really long time. You're a third generation, and off camera there is a fourth generation as well. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Murphy Jewelers and kind of where you guys came from and where you're headed?
Murphy Jewelers has a long history. We actually started the business back in 1913 by my grandfather going around on a horse and a buggy repairing schoolhouse clocks. So over 100 years, actually 104 years, we're still thriving, doing very well. We actually just opened up our third location, so we're very excited. And I happen to be the third generation to be involved in Murphy Jewelers, and also happy to announce that my daughter joined the business and is now the fourth generation. So we've been doing a lot of great things.
That's really exciting. So how does somebody go from fixing clocks into jewelry? How did that transition happen?
Well, there was a lot of good things that happened over the years. Even my grandfather started it back in 1913. Then my mother and father got involved. My father was in the Air Force, came back from the Air Force, and took the business over. And then I started from a very, very young age, and I just always had a passion for jewelry, and went to a jewelry school. Even some of my friends thought I was crazy going to a jewelry school. And so it was very interesting. And then I was determined to take Murphy Jewelers to the next level. So over 13 years ago, we branched out. I read a local article in the Sunday newspaper. It said a hunting store was coming to our area. Never heard of them. A hunting store by the name of Cabela's announced that they were going to be moving into our area. I did some research on it and bought a piece of ground across from Cabela's, and here we are 13 years later that we're happy to have a very successful store in Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a beautiful location, which we were talking about before, and just a massive location with a lot of great options. So why would somebody come to your location in there and work with you?
It's a very good question, because we always say you can buy jewelry anywhere, but what makes the difference? And I think Murphy Jewelers has really perfected it in a lot of ways. Number one, we carry a lot of the top designers, and I think if you make a visit into Murphy Jewelers, you'll see some of the top designers in the world. And one of the ones that we're very proud of is Rolex watches, one of the finest Swiss timepieces that you'll ever find. And from the Rolex, we turn to our bridal. Our Hamburg location is a very excellent bridal store for any young couples thinking about getting engaged and married. We carry the most beautiful diamonds in the world's most perfectly cut Hearts on Fire diamonds, and some of the top designers like Tacori, Verragio, Hearts on Fire, Gabriel, and the list goes on. And I don't think you'll find many stores with those top designers all under one roof.
Yeah, that's really great. And so obviously you've grown this business, and it's grown exponentially from 1 to now 3 locations, and you continue to grow year after year. What are some of the resources that you're able to kind of take advantage of to help grow your business?
I think one of the reasons Murphy Jewelers has been very successful is we like to give back to the community. We're very involved in a lot of fundraisers. We adopt animals and pay for the adoption fees. We're very involved in the Berks County area, different fundraisers, whether it be a golf tournament, whether it be a walk for a cure. And I think that's what makes us different, that we're family owned, as I mentioned, 4 generations. So it's very important for us to give back to the community as well. I was on the American Cancer Society Relay for Life for over 15 years. So I think it's our way of giving back to the community as well, and I think that's what makes a difference.
Absolutely, and bringing businesses like yours that are now 4th generation into the chamber, where we have the Family Business Alliance, I mean, that's something that's really exciting for us as well, and hopefully we can bring you more into the fold when it comes to that type of organization as well, which is really, really exciting. So what's next? What's next in the story of Murphy Jewelers?
Good question. We talk and we have our meetings, and retail is definitely changing, and we realize to stand out, we have to do something different. So we have 3 full-time jewelers. We do a lot of custom-made pieces. We'll design a ring, make a necklace, do all different types, and buying jewelry is a sentimental piece. Sometimes it's passed on from generation to generation, and so that's very important. So we have 3 full-time jewelers that work on our premise, so you don't have to be afraid to send your sentimental pieces out in the mail. Hopefully, you keep your fingers crossed that they don't get lost. Mm-hmm. And another addition that we did at Murphy Jewelers, we have a certified appraiser that's on staff that can do insurance appraisals. That it's so important because sometimes you have a beautiful piece of jewelry that's been passed on from generation to generation. You're not sure if it's valuable. You're not sure if it's genuine. So to have 3 full-time jewelers, to have a certified appraiser all on staff, it really does make a difference.
It really does, and like I said, I love hearing stories of businesses that are doing great things, not only in business, but also for the community, and obviously you guys kind of shine and show that. Is there anything else that you wanted to add before we kind of wrap everything up?
I think, for a dream to come true for me, we have 3 beautiful locations, but I have to tell you, when it's a family-owned business, and to have your daughter come into business and a son-in-law, I think it just means that Murphy Jewelers is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to, expand and offer some beautiful jewelry for a lot of years to come.
That's awesome. Well, guys, make sure you guys check out Murphy Jewelers in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, and their 2 other locations in Pottsville and
Saucon Valley, the promenade shops in Saucon Valley.
There as well. Patrick, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.